He proposed while still living with his ex. I 30F had been dating Daniel 33M for about 8 months. Things moved fast. He was charming, intentional, and from day one, talked about how he was ready to settle down. We connected over deep conversations, shared values, even started looking at apartments together by month 5. But there was one weird thing. He never invited me to his place, ever. At first, he said it was being renovated. Then he said his lease was ending soon and there was no point. I pushed a few times, and he always had an excuse. I didn't want to come off controlling, so I let it go. Fast forward to month 8. He takes me out to dinner, really fancy, like out of nowhere kind of fancy. At the end of the night, he pulls out a small box and says, "I know it's early, but I want to build a life with you. Will you move in with me?" Not a ring, just a key. I was surprised but excited. I said yes. 2 days later, I go to the address he gives me, key in hand, ready to start our next chapter. I walk up to the door, and a woman opens it. Confused, I ask if Daniel is home. She looks me dead in the eyes and says, "I'm his girlfriend." "Who are you?" My stomach dropped. Turns out, she wasn't just his girlfriend. She was his ex-fiancée who he still lived with. Not because of finances, not because of a lease, but because they had just broken up a month before we started dating. And the reason? She caught him cheating. With me. I had no idea. He told me he was single for a year. Meanwhile, he never actually moved out, just shifted between the guest room and her bed depending on who he was lying to. When I confronted him, he spun this wild story about how he was planning to leave her for good, and how I was the one he really wanted. She and I ended up talking for hours. Compared timelines. We were both lied to, constantly. Needless to say, we both walked away. I left the key on his windshield and blocked him. She kicked him out the next day. I don't regret walking away. I regret ignoring all the little red flags, because they always add up.